There's something special about Alola. Maybe it's the tropical setting, the island trials, or just the fact that it was the first region to fully embrace regional forms. And while some of these new takes on classic Pokemon were amazing for the story or design, let's be real, not all of them held up competitively. So today, we're going through every single Alolan form and giving them a proper glow up. Buffs that actually make them more viable in Draft League, whether it's better abilities, smarter stat spreads, or that one move they were always missing. We're giving each of these Pokemon the tools they need to shine. What's going on, my fellows? It's your boy DyeItTight. If you enjoy these kinds of breakdowns, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, consider joining to support the content, and hop in the Discord to be a part of the community. Now, let's buff some Alolan forms. Alolan Radicate's always been a bit of a meme. Chunky cheeks, bad stats, and a role that's usually better filled by, well, anything else. But not anymore. We're giving it a real glow up. First, we're changing its typing to Dark Poison, which allows it some solid defensive utility and new offensive angles. Its brand new ability, Pack Leader, gives +1 priority and a 1.3 times boost to biting moves while above 50% HP, letting it get the jump with Crunch, Toxic Fang, or Ice Fang before it gets chunked. Speaking of Toxic Fang, that's a brand new move with a 100% chance to badly poison. Perfect for a rat that probably doesn't wash its hands. We're also handing it U-turn and keeping the classics like Super Fang for utility. Stat-wise, we're giving Radicate a respectable attack stat, bumping it from 71 to 105, so it can actually do some damage. A bit more bulk, a little more speed. It's still not a tank, but it now plays more like a nasty mid-speed breaker than an afterthought. Alolan Raichu evolves from the literal face of the franchise, but for something tied to the most iconic Pokemon of all time, it's always felt a little underwhelming. Sure, the electric psychic typing is always flashy, but it struggles to make real impact when dark types just shut it down completely. So, let's fix that. Its new ability, Psychic Overcharge, lets its psychic type attacks ignore dark immunities entirely. Suddenly, this thing has no reason to hold back on launching strong dual stab. We're also giving it a gentle but meaningful stat boost, +10 to both special attack and speed, now 115 each, plus some small HP and defense buffs to soften weak priority hits. It still plays fast and fragile, but now with more consistency and way fewer matchups that completely wall it. Alolan Sandslash looks like it should be a menace. An Ice Steel type Porcupine with claws? That's threatening, but between its awful speed and bad offensive pressure, it's often just sitting there. We're changing that by cranking its attack all the way up to 120, giving it the raw power it's always looked like it had. We're also giving it close combat to help punish steals and hit common switch-ins way harder than it used to. On top of that, a bump to special defense and a much needed speed boost to 80 help keep it up in matchups where it normally get left behind. In Hail, this thing becomes a real problem. Slush Rush lets it outspeed tons of threats and now it can actually break through them. Alolan Ninetales has always had an amazing typing and support role, but its biggest issue is momentum. It needs time to set up Aurora Veil, it's stuck holding Light Clay, and if Hail isn't active, it starts to all fall apart very fast. So, we're fixing all of that with a brand new ability, Winter's Grace. On switch in, this instantly sets Hail and throws up Aurora Veil for 5 turns. No turns wasted, no setup needed, and no item slot locked. This lets it support its team while actually threatening some progress. We're also rounding out its move pool with Mystical Fire, Wish, and Healing Wish to give it more flexibility. Stat-wise, its special attack goes from 81 to 91, speed goes from 109 to 119, and HP from 73 to 76, and finally defense from 75 to 81. Small changes that collectively make a big difference. Now it's faster, stronger, and way more annoying to deal with. Alolan Dugtrio has always been a weird mix of solid typing and questionable execution. It's fast, 100% for sure, but it often feels like it doesn't do enough before folding. So let's make its switch-ins count. Its brand new ability, Barbed Entry, lays 1 layer of spikes on the opponent's side every time it hits the field, up to the standard 3 layers. Now, even if Dugtrio can't stay in, it's making progress by just existing. On top of that, we're bumping its speed from 110 to 130 to push it into true speed demon territory, and giving it an attack boost from 100 to 110 so its hits matter more. Bulk gets a tiny push too, HP from 35 to 50, defense from 60 to 65, and special defense from 70 to 75. Just enough to survive weak hits or resistances. It's still frail, still fast, but now way more annoying to handle. Alolan Persian's always been the sleek, stylish cat that looks fast but struggles to land meaningful hits. We're turning that around by leaning into its flair for disruption and surprise. Moves like Encore let it lock down opponents, while Flamethrower gives it a surprising way to hit steel types that think they're safe. On the stats front, we're boosting HP to 70, defense to 75, special attack to 90, special defense to 80, and speed to 125, making it faster and harder to take down. Now it's less of a frail fluffer and more of a sleek, deadly hunter stalking the battlefield. Alolan Golem is a cool twist on a classic, swapping Rock Electric for Rock Steel to spice up its role. This change gives it fresh matchup potential, and with its ability options, Magnet Pull to trap steals, Sturdy to survive a hit, and Galvanize to turn normal moves into electric ones, it becomes a versatile powerhouse. We're boosting its bulk a bit, raising HP to 90 and special defense to 75, while cranking attack up to 130 for some serious punches. Defense stays solid at 130 and speed is low at 45, so it's a tank that hits like a truck but won't be outspeeding much. With this setup, Alolan Golem can lock down pesky steel types and hit harder with electrified moves, making a formidable wall breaker. Alolan Muck has always been a bulky, annoying Poison Dark hybrid that can wear down opponents, but sometimes it feels a little slow to close the deal. We're keeping its Poison Touch ability for that Toxic Touch, but adding moves like Recover to boost its longevity and Toxic Spikes to help wear down opposing teams. Spikes add even more hazard pressure. Stat-wise, HP stays at a high 105, attack gets a slight bump from 105 to 110, defense climbs from 75 to 85, special defense moves up from 100 to 110, and speed remains a modest 50. That makes Muck tougher to break through and able to stay on the field longer, turning it into a poison wall that's harder to shrug off. Alolan Exeutor is already a quirky mix of grass and dragon, which gives it some unique coverage options, but it can feel a little slow and fragile. We're making it a bit tougher and faster, with HP staying at 95, attack getting a small boost from 105 to 110, and defense inching up from 85 to 90. We're going to have its special attack going from 125 to 135 to boost its offensive presence, its special defense rising from 75 to 80, and its speed making the biggest jump from 45 to 70. Adding Earth Power gives it a reliable special ground move to hit common threats harder, plus with abilities like Adaptability for stronger same type moves, Frisk for scouting, or Harvest for item sustainability. It becomes more versatile and threatening. This version of Exeutor is ready to surprise foes with both power and bulk. Last up, we have Alolan Marowak, and it has always had a fiery spirit, but sometimes it struggles with item slot limitations and staying power. So we're giving it a brand new ability called Bone Bound, which basically treats it as if it's always holding a thick club, no matter what item it's actually carrying. This frees up its item slot for other handy gear while still letting it pack a serious punch. Stat-wise, we're boosting attack from 80 to 90, defense from 110 to 115, special defense from 80 to 90, and speed from 45 to 70, making it tougher, faster, and deadlier in battle. It still keeps its classic Fire Ghost typing and helpful old abilities like Lightning Rod and Rockhead. With these changes, Alolan Marowak can finally bring the heat without compromise. And that's every Alolan regional form, buffed and ready to actually compete. Some of these might be niche, but with the right tweaks, they can finally pull their weight in a draft league setting. Let me know in the comments which region you want to see next. Galar, Hisui, maybe even a special twist on Paldea forms. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more Draft League content, join the channel to support what I do, and hop in the Discord to connect with other competitive players. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.